The way that they transfer this wealth and justify the CBDCs is with a crisis that is scary enough that the public will say, save me, save me, save me.
We've talked in the past, you and I, about central bank digital currencies, okay?
Yes.
And now it's reported that 110 countries are rushing to develop a CBDC.
Yes.
This is happening fast, Lynette. Here's another related threat I want to ask you about, and it's this digital ID by 2030. I don't know if you've heard of the 50 and 5 campaign that was just launched by the UN, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the partners at the Rockefeller Foundation, basically a stellar group of globalists all got together, right? If there ever was one. And their goal is this, to speed up digital IDs, digital payments, to have data sharing rolled out to 50 countries in 5 years. Trying to sell it in two different ways, the safety, security side and the convenience.
It's always about convenience. I mean, gosh, why would you want to hold these heavy pieces of silver and gold? My gosh, so much easier. I did this yesterday. I have here a $10 gold certificate.
Right.
I have a $10 Confederate note and a $10 half ounce of gold. Right. But the interesting thing is, especially between not so much the Confederate, but between the gold certificate and the $10 bill, there is so little difference between the two. This is how they make the transition, and that speaks to the cryptocurrency market, right? They pushed that out in 2009. I don't think it was an accident, and they're getting us used to conversion into the crypto CBDCs, which they say they can then have the button on the economy 24/7. Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
I know, right? It's truly frightening.
This is where we can come together in community and stay strong and say, nope, because there'll be some big, huge crisis. Now, of course, in the US, we have those FedNow accounts. So it's pretty easy to push CBDCs into that account that everybody has, whether they realize it or not. Here, you don't have to worry about it. Here's new money. But of course, every time they do that, the money that's out there loses value, right? The fiat money that's out there loses value. It's whether or not we will then choose to put new money into that account. And I'm not going to, for one. I'm not going to. That is my protest. I don't think it's just my age. This is something else that gives me hope, is the younger generation that has grown up more used to all of this digital stuff, but they're starting to question it. Thank
That's good.
goodness.
We need that because it's amazing how fast people will give up their identity,
privacy.
their biometrics, their private everything, just for the convenience or just for a game on their phone. There are some states that are saying, yeah, we're not doing this. We're not. Donald Trump spoke out on the stump and he mentioned central bank digital currencies. He spoke about it negatively. Everybody roared. I think it surprised him. I think there is more people waking up to the dystopian tool that this is going to be. They'll sell it like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So convenient. We need to say no.
Exactly. And don't let them implant anything in your brain, for God's sakes. I mean, who's this really convenient for? Full surveillance economy, full surveillance money. You own nothing and you will be happy.
Right.
And this Yankee, that's why my work it hasn't really changed. I think that understanding the importance of community. I mean, when I went after we spoke the last time, I ended up going and doing a few shows in Australia, and it changed my life because I took all the materials that I had created for it and kind of threw them out the window and started really talking a lot more about community. And I got chills over my whole body the entire time because I realized that the only way that we can stop what you're talking about, or at least have a say in what you're talking about, is if we come together in a global community and vote with our wallets and say no.
Resist.
But you need resist, right? And peacefully, right? But that's also the importance of local community, because my mantra is food, water, energy security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. I knew in 2008 that the system died. And so that's when I started, when I realized, number one, food is the single biggest issue for people around these transitions. And so I wasn't a gardener, but I became an urban farmer. And the mantra developed as I was seeing, well, what do you need to sustain a reasonable standard of living, including your freedom, right? If you are dependent upon the system and the system tells you no, you have no options. But if you're together, you don't have the luxury of time that I've had, because I started building mine out in 2010, and we're too close to this collapse for people to be able to take it all on. So locally, you need to go become friends with the farmers that grow your food, that give you butter and things like that, and water. You need to come together locally, bring your talents and skills. It's a great time to learn some new talents and skills that make you valuable inside of that community, because I may have like a whole bunch of silver and gold and things like that, right? But at my bug out location, for the people that are coming, I have doctors, I have dentists, I have carpenters, I have farmers, I have, a variety of the skill sets that you need. And what I'm trying to encourage people so strongly to do is to look around you and create that community near you, because there is safety in numbers, especially when you all bring your talents. But globally, we have to come together. There are more of us than there are of them. Why are we allowing them to control us? When you vote with your wallets and you position into physical gold and silver outside of the system, and if you have your basic needs met over here and they say, no, you got to do this, you get to say, no, I don't.
Great message. Well, Lynette Zang, people, subscribe to her new YouTube channel. It's right on the screen. It's going to be in the description below. Thank you so much, Lynette, for your insights. Let's do this again real soon, okay?
Yes, let's not wait another 7 months. There's too much going on.